Ciao! We are here in Bergamo, Bergamo in my dialect, and I'm going to present you my hometown. Bergamo is a city in the north of Italy and it has around 120,000 people that lives here. The most important thing that you have to know about the city is that it's divided in two parts. We are here in Lower Town, the most modern and most populated part of the city, but the most interesting things are in Upper Town, and that's where we're going to. As you can understand from the name, Città Alta, the historic center of Bergamo, is positioned higher than the modern part of the city. To reach it, there are several ways, with the bus, by car or motorbike, but the most typical means is the funicular, built in 1897, which in a few minutes allows us to reach the historic center. I also recommend a nice walk on these walls that are heritage of UNESCO from 2017. These walls are all around Città Alta and they are long around 6 kilometers and the highest point is 21 meters. Enjoy! Here we are. This is Piazza Vecchia, the most important part of Città Alta. It was built around the 13th century and you can turn everywhere and you can find buildings, monuments and all stuff that tells the history of Bergamo. And where do we start? From the building behind me. This is called Palazzo Nuovo and actually it's a library, but once it was the seat of municipality. In fact, the main part of the city was here, but they decided to move like 150 years ago to the Lower Town because the Lower Town was growing very much and it was more practical to put the municipality there. In the center of Piazza Vecchia you can see the Fountain of Contarini. Contarini was a doge that ruled during the Venetian era that was really in love with Bergamo and he decided to give this gift to our city. There is a small curiosity behind this fountain. Last century we decided to replace this monument with a statue of Garibaldi that was a very important person because he was the man that unified the Italian country. Well, after a few years the citizens decided that the fountain was more beautiful than the monument, so they replaced the statue with this fountain and that's actually here. Okay, there we have the Palazzo del Podestà, Podestá's palace. We have the Campanone, that is the big bell tower, and we have Palazzo della Ragione, the Reason Palace. In English is not that good as in Italian. If we move to the next part of the Piazza Vecchia, we can see this amazing building. Actually, it's not just one building, these are two buildings. We can see on the left Santa Maria Maggiore, a very important church that we have here, and on the right Bartolomeo Colleoni's chapel. Colleoni was a very important soldier from Bergamo that fought for Venice. It was very brave and was very good, and he became a commander of Venice army. So he asked to Venice, please let me build a chapel for my family. So Venice decided to give him a part of Santa Maria Maggiore's church, and actually this is the chapel of his family. If you come to visit Bergamo, you have to do this. You come to Colleoni's chapel and you touch this. This is the logo of his family. These are actually 3 testicles, and there is a legend behind it that says that Colleoni was that brave that he has 3 testicles, but I'm sorry for you, it's not true, it's just a legend. It brings you luck. Next to Colleoni's chapel, you find the Baptistery. It was once inside Santa Maria Maggiore, but they were not using it, so they decided to dismantle it. And it's still a beautiful building, so they decided to build it again outside the church. So that's it. On Santa Maria Maggiore we have a very nice curiosity that I want to tell you. Come here. You can see here these iron bars. They have no structural function, but they had a very important function during Middle Age. Actually, we have unit of measure such as meters or miles, but at that time there were no international system of a unit of measure. So during the market, the merchant used to take these iron bars in order to measure the tissues that they have to sell. And finally, here we are, to the last thing of our tour, the Cathedral of Bergamo. It has a lot of stories behind it. You just have to think that originally it was not the real cathedral, but it became the Bergamo's Cathedral just once the Venetian decided to destroy the real one during the construction of the walls. There are a lot of important things inside, such as the tiara of Giovanni XXIII, the Pope that was originally from Bergamo. Okay, so there we are at the end of this video. Telling all the stories about Bergamo in just 10 minutes, it's an impossible task. There are a lot of things that I could say to you, but unfortunately my time is over. My invitation for you is really to come here and discover all the monuments, all the buildings, all the stories, all the food that we have, because we have really a lot of magic to give to you. So enjoy and come to Bergamo. Ciao!